E, the G, the P, the E, the O, the P, the L, the E, the S. They're so fast, we are the dilated peoples.
Two, fighting the feedback. It's Rocker Ira Science, Dilated Peoples.
DPs with the remedy. Type to know your rhythm. Can't hum the melody. Evidence P.
What's up, Babu? Killing all the crabs out there, you know, cutting it up. I didn't mean that gang member stuff.
Where you at tonight? Make some noise! That was live every time, man. My people, I see some beautiful ladies in the house right about now.
The album is called The Platform, and basically the concept is as loose as it is tight, and it's just where we stand. You know, you might have a political platform or social platform if you're trying to be elected for something or you're presenting yourself for some reason. For us, this is our platform, and it's a varied platform with 3 individuals. It's a component group, come as individual pieces that fit together to form something bigger, but we're just as dynamic individually also. So the platform is freedom and openness and pure expression, and that's, I think, more than anything that comes across in the album.
The album's based around a live show as well, you know what I mean? Geared towards that. You got, you know, this coming out, all kind of raw show footage, places we've been all across the world.
The stage is a platform.
Yeah.
The stage is a platform. Our physical platform is the stage. The album coming soon, May 9th.
May 9th.
May 9th, LP in a spot near you.
CDs and tapes on Capitol, vinyl on ABV.
ABV quality.
Hot. We got The Alchemist. We got T-Ray.
True.
We got
You.
myself. We got Babu. We got Joey Chavez, E Swift. We got The Alcoholics. We got Be Real from Cypress, Planet Asia, Feel the Agony, Whitey 4, Everlast, The Far Ride, Don't Sleep, West Coast, coming full.
AC Alone.
Oh, AC Alone.
Yeah, you know, it feels cool, man. I mean, we just made a business decision, and so far it's worked out for the best. You know, we don't have any illusions of magic record labels or any type of nonsense like that. You know, we're all people, we're all working for a common goal. They want our record to sell, we want our record to sell, and more importantly, we want our relationship with the people to maintain strength and to be able to have a long-standing career.
Hold on.
All of us will be very happy with the outcome. We put a lot of hard work and heart into it, so, you know, don't trip. I know people might be a little bit leery about us being on a major label doing it so strong on just ABV, but you gotta understand we wouldn't even be in this position if it was gonna mess with how the end product came out.
Please believe it.
Don't trip.
Who knows about fiction? Go. Surely the fire, you could get burned. Every girl tried to face me. She's talking how she crazy. She sent the invitation to a path where she could date him. She said she's charming, and you know how you treat it ain't. Plus the tone of your blood point is rough and crazy. Went there to handle it. The whole grip was handling. She said I wanted growth, and I'm not having it. Fiction the fire, you could get burned. I create to devastate wars and in my city. Either way, you see all of my words in 3D. With evidence the bad spoken half under fast and black.
I've just been trying to grow, man, and really bring the element of live show and freestyling to the prose, to what I write, you know, and be able to connect the two things, to be able to express myself on that same raw element, but to be able to sit down and consciously put something down. I think it's a balance that we've been working on. We've been working on for a while within the group as a whole, and with me personally, it's just been extremely important. So, you know, I'm an MC before I'm a rapper, and I've been trying to just bring the two things together. Get stronger.
You know, I try to cater best to the artist. I try to, I don't take production from an ego standpoint and try to make the best beat. I want to make the best vocals shine. I want to make the best backdrop for the vocals. That's my main objective, drums and music.
Hurry, step right up, and we gon' do what? We gon' tear shit up. Hurry, step right up. The greatest show on earth is that you. Word up, yo. You better step up, you're looking kinda lost. Playing through ghetto streets, I don't even cross. If you didn't know, I'm a shoe on keys on my drop jam. I'm on the run from police. It's evidence, intensify with my line. I understand bass, I understand style. The only thing worse than lose your time having stolen. I treat beats like video games that I'm controlling.
You know, still very much to turntable music, but you know, the last year of my life has been more encompassed with the dilated mentality. So, you know, just trying to get more into making beats, digging, and that side of the art.
I got mad rhymes, but still it's mostly bamboo. We'll make some noise for bamboo.
Well, it's the same, you know, because I'm basically doing a lot of the skills that I've perfected, as rolling as a beat junkie. I'm still a beat junkie, but I have to apply it in the exact science in the exact way, that fits the group. I get my 5-6 minutes to shine every show, but you know what I mean. My main responsibility when we're on stage is to keep the music moving, stay on cue with the guys, make sure the music's popping correctly, and the mics are sounding nice, communicating with the sound man, the light man when these guys are busy rocking their rhymes, and in the studio, it's a collective effort, and I'm just trying to be the third mind in there, trying to, give them 110 and.
Took piano lessons as a kid for a little while, and I think that made me hear things in key. Although I can't really sit down to the piano and play too much, I definitely can recognize what's right and where, try to place things in the right positions, especially for the MC to rhyme. So just, solid drum beat and a good piano lick. I'm not limited to that, but that's, basically what my love is, bass. Is keeping it real raw and real open, letting the MC shine. That's something a lot of people I don't think take into consideration. This is all for the MC right here.
I think all of us are, fans foremost, and we turn this into our life and our work, so professional is basically where we're trying to do it. So.
Pro game, strictly pro game.
Amateur night was last year.
I love working with other people. I think you collaborate, you learn, you get inspired, you get pushed, you put your ego and everything on the line too, so you want to put your best foot forward. And the more you do that, it's just like, sparring, like you spar with the best people, you just get better, so that's what we get down.
It's always dope. Ev always is, producing other people, so he always brings me in and do the cut, so it's really dope to, just be able to clock experience and say I did cuts for something, so, I got to do cuts for here and there, and then, oh yeah, on the album we work with these fools, and, I'll do the cuts, so.
Really understand the business of what you're getting into. If you want to make music, you could do so without a record deal, without any equipment, without anything. You could stand on a corner on a box and rap for free till you fall down in the streets. If you want to sell records and be successful in the record business, then you have to understand what the record business is, read up on it, ask questions, pay attention to what's going on. And, more important than anything is, I'd say, is know what it is that you're going in there to do, so you don't become a puppet for somebody else and get used for that. If you know what you're going in there to do, then there's not really that much room for misunderstandings. You go in there, you handle your business, and say what's on your mind, create how you feel, and have that self-respect to be willing to fight for that freedom to do that. If you put yourself out there as a lamb, you're gonna get treated as one, you know what I mean? So, definitely know what you're getting into and know what it is that you want to do. So when they ask, you have something to say, you can get out there and do your thing, and they won't be looking to, just put you on stage saying anything to sell, to make them money.
Like, whatever it is you do, whatever it is you want to take and you want to take to the next level, it's just, you got to be doing it for the right reasons, first and foremost. You always see a lot of cats who are into something, whether it be DJing, MCing, or whatever, and it's something they do just to get recognized or just to, get attention. Maybe that's how you start, but you got to get over that, and you got to take it seriously. As far as DJing and the turntable goes, I treat it like an instrument. You got to keep your chops up. You got to practice.
It takes 10 years to get good in anything.
I work the angles, sharp and precise. We dilated people, so y'all better build twice. It's like, they have the right there. Sharp and precise. Dilated people, you better feel twice. Act like you know, not that one right now, boy. Dilated people, shit, I go through rivers. So I don't need a second. I rock and roll through that shit. Really put that a grip. It's just a little shred of being ignorant. Developing a vision of what religion is. I want to understand people and the understanding. I picked up on my ship and managed to win my planet.
Yeah, I like to add one way that you could definitely improve and also to wrap the situation up is practice. Peace, Dilated 2000.
What's up, man? It's DL, Funky Homosapien from Hieroglyphics Click, you know. Here, my humble crib, you know what I'm saying? Chilling. I haven't deviated too far from what I usually do, but the Deltron Z album is gonna be more of a deviation because I'm gonna strictly keep it on. I'm gonna focus on futuristic subjects, you know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm gonna put my ideas that I can't really do with Del the Funky Homosapien, you know what I'm saying? As far as this album, Both Sides of the Brain, it's basically like a continuation. I feel I got better with the beats and the raps and stuff. Did some stuff with Prince Paul and LP from Company Flow, so that's gonna be on the album. I guess I'm insinuating that I'm using both sides of my brain, my full brain capacity to do this music, you know what I'm saying? So, if you like the other ones, you'll like this one, you know what I'm saying? That's basically the vibe. It's still Del, you know what I'm saying? If you heard my other albums, it's pretty much the same thing, just better and tighter all around, I think. A big difference though is more songs from outside producers like Prince Paul and LP, because usually I don't really do that, but I decided to branch out a little bit this time. But not really for the name value, more or less because I respected those artists, so I wanted to work with them. I wasn't like, oh, if I get Prince Paul on my album, I'll bubble. I mean, I guess that is a fringe benefit to it, but that ain't my intent, you know?
But you know what I'm saying? Let all the other shit breathe too. You know, because ain't nothing keeping nobody for nothing. That's y'all. You know what I'm saying? There's some keeping you from getting there, that's what you're doing. I'm just saying you gotta stop that hating shit. That's y'all. You know what I'm saying? But just in general, you feel?
It don't really matter to me, really. I can rap to any kind of beat, so it don't really matter. But I usually prefer doing my own production just to show people that I got that skill too, you know? So that's another reason why I did a lot of the production on my album, just so I could prove to everybody that I got beats too. The progression just got better, basically. Like I said, I didn't really deviate from my basic formula, you know what I'm saying? Got little funny stories or whatever. I got some serious stuff, freestyling, you know? I just feel I just took that to the next level that I could take it, you know? I'm about to do some stuff with Automator too, for my other character, Deltron Zero. That's gonna be like strictly just futuristic 3030. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna look out for that a little bit later too. That's how I hooked up with him, and then from there I just started throwing some ideas around about working on another album. Then it started forming. He made a couple of beats. I wrote like 4 songs. So I'm gonna try to write about 10 more songs and then just get in there, knock it out real quick. It's gonna be kind of easy because this album, my Del album, I kind of produced most of it. So I spent a lot of time in the studio doing hella mixing and stuff. So with this, he gonna produce everything. So all I gotta do is just come and rap, you know what I'm saying? And just let him take care of everything else. Plus he got a studio in his house, so I could just go to his house and lounge, you know what I'm saying? Just leave it up to him to fix all the music. It'd be kind of like a relief for me for once after working on some of this stuff. I got the characters on board, y'all gotta start all up. Remember? Damn. It's better, definitely. of course, it took a while before we started seeing any dough, because we got to put money back into the business to keep it going. But now, once I come out with my album, I'll probably be getting maybe like $4 an album, you know what I'm saying? When before on the label, I wasn't getting nothing, because I didn't even sell enough records to pay back my advance, you know. So, but that is definitely better with this. It's more work, of course, because you gotta handle everything yourself. But it's definitely better money-wise. I could sell about 60,000. If my records sell as good as the Hieroglyphics record, I'll be paid. You know, I won't even have to worry. So, but I'm trying to branch off into other stuff too. That's why I'm gonna do that stuff with Automator. You know, it's just so I can have other avenues to make more money with. You know, just have more product. Do another little internet tape that you can only get on the internet, or you can get it at the shows only. You know, just for the fans. Total control. Where with the label, you had very minimal control, you know. Pretty much what they say goes. So that's basically why I got dropped, because I wanted to do what I wanted to do, and it wasn't good enough for them, and I wasn't selling enough records, so they let me go, you know. So this situation is definitely better, you know. So I could make money off of something other than touring, you know what I'm saying? When I was signed, that's the only money I really seen was from touring. I never got paid directly from the label for my albums, you know?
Say that. You know what this is?
Hell yeah, the sister said,
You know what this is?
oh yeah.
This is real hip hop. Not a phony franchise, but it's my last line. You know you can't hide. G-E-R. Not a phony franchise, but it's my last line. You know you can't hide. I wrote living. Not a phony franchise, but it's my last line. And you know you can't hide. Yo, my mind stank is hell. Me, scuba devil rescue. Look somebody get loose, ruin in the chest. To the rescue, exodus the process, they get to all stress. Step into my office, that's what you call press. More like a soft press, if I'm not dead, I probably will do. That's it, let the field don't rest it. I'm blessed in the beat, just like a rope with a best one. You're missing in your public schools, you should put up with the business, what I gotta do. Nigga, be like Hendrix, my kids drink, I fuck up to that head day. Bitch, press rappers to a slip, with my shit.
Oh man, it's hard work, and it takes some dough to even start it up, so you're gonna have some kind of form of income before you even start. You know, so don't think you're gonna get rich off rapping, but you know, once you do it, it ain't, you know what I'm saying? First of all, have a manager. You need to have a manager. You need to have some kind of lawyer or something, like a business lawyer, to help you with your business and stuff, so you don't get jerked. You don't necessarily have to do it yourself neither. You could get signed if what they're offering you is cool, then it's cool to be signed, you know what I'm saying? If they're gonna work your product the way you want it to be worked, then it's cool. But that's why you need a lawyer and a manager to make sure they straighten that out before you can get into that and just practice your craft, you know?
Scribble Jam 99, Chief Fresh here, Mr. Dibbs, two of the coordinators, the unholy trinity, other person being Nick. So, you know, we just sitting here vibing at the park right now, closing up Scribble Jam, man, and it was fabulous this year. Tell them about Scribble Jam, man. Talk about Scribble Jam. Tell them about the orgasm you had on the kitchen counter in Cutters.
Well, Satan.
What's up? We gotta dance, man.
Well, this year, something fucking really fishy was going on. And like all the crews from last year, the two dopest crews from last year broke up into like 20 different crews. So instead of like 4 or 5 main crews, there was like 30 crews with one member from each of the crews last year.
So the prize is this big, gigantic trophy that Dibbs got made. Scribble Jam 99 B-Boy Champions. The Midwest Junkie Cats, give it up for them. It was hard. It was hard, but they got it. And they won the battle. So that was really nice. I give them props. And TBA, they're my peoples, man. I love them, man. They are bad. Midwest is coming up. Midwest is coming up. Jump Wars, baby, 99. Dark Side, Battle Cats.
Cincinnati.
Oh, well, here, no, I'll
scene.
sum it up right here. If you're at Scribble, Cincinnati looks really dope. You come back next week, there won't be anything but graffiti. That's what Cincinnati has. Cincinnati.
We transport people here for the Scribble Jam. We bring Detroit down, Chicago, Indianapolis, Cleveland, all the surrounding Midwest and areas further out to make this happen. I mean, our scene, we really got to work extra, extra hard to make hip hop survive here, you know.
DJ battle, Precise and Drastic, John Doe,
Hobo,
Sprite 1.
Time.
Battle coming on, be distant, being ripped up while a warm up. I send you a man to get that ass corner. I get a beating like boom, they can't they. Stepping over this way, looking all in my grill, don't even know when to shell. Grabbing the mic, sounding like an imbecile, a sucker, a pussy, a dildo. Come on, get it up. 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 Come on, get it up.
But Precise repeated, and next year he'll repeat again, and then we'll have to retire him.
Think so?
Unless we get a really dope ringer.
Word.
Like Satan!
These MCs is boring, make me feel like I should write some rhymes for them. It's all good though, I come with the ill chills and people want the deals cause I kill men in this building. Every single child, the children's style, I just be bringing pop like a wrinkled style. What's the style that I flip? MCs just looking in fear when I'm looking in the mirror. MCs get shooken when we're up in the house cause you know MCs get stuck with the blue balls. Fuck them up, have it hang them back on this blue wall. Who wanna try to step it? MCs ain't even able. I fuck two MCs up like the sets of turntables. Who wanna try to bring it? They don't even know who roast the vibe.
Abstract Rude, Abstract Rude to the stage, Ab Rude.
MCs would have to scribble and jam with preconceived notions. To fuck with the caliber of MC that's West Coastin' from the Project Blow section. I want all of y'all to gather around with me in this intermission hip-hop gathering. MCs, I'm just lathering them up because they need to be a little bit cleaner. MCs, I'm a microphone beater. How many people know the genre? I'm a bomber, MC Anaconda. I will slither and slide until I catch you in your ride. I see you from the west side to the east. It don't matter because I'll put together every piece of the puzzle. Down for the hustle and the struggle.
You didn't know me, so I just remember the zip code. So now I'm gonna do the things that I can always do. It means you can kick your punchlines and I can take you out. We can do this in Crenshaw next week. It don't even matter because I'll serve you, every member of your crew. That's what I gotta do. But hey, you wanna keep looking at me like that? That's fine. Cross your eyes, no matter how many look at it. You still getting served with each one of my fucking rhymes. What you gonna say to me, man? Got nothing to do to you except, man, you just shouldn't even let this fool play with me. I'm gonna take.
Let me get those one on stage. Let me get Idea ready next.
I take 60 MCs, put them in a line, let them all suck, say the same thing, and then I win. I think I will be excessively redundant. Make little references, just people jamming my freestyle. Matter of fact, I won't rhyme, I'll just diss everybody till they don't have a single razor left in their head. Or maybe more left in their cadaver. You're senseless. Then again, put you 6 feet deep up the dirt, I'll stick you in the sky, bury you in the cloud, or a little shout at you like the stairs. How about them nuts in your mouth?
I swear to God, if I see any of your albums, I will make sure you don't be paid. I'm gonna them all up on the place where they belong. I'm gonna put them back, and I'm all this shit home. And I'll break them up in one big sledge, I'm gonna let you go. When you come down for real, you better be a real beautiful life.
You're not a rhyme sayer, you better say your prayers. Our Father, which art in heaven, please don't let me battle wise. You better all be in the reverend. Come to my sermon. I'm not concerned with making the beat stick when I trip. Otherwise, I grab the microphone and make your feet skip 1,000 miles away.
That you wanted me. Other ones of honors, VIP, and be the bar constructed. I flip the new tactics when I do it fast. The season's short, so while you're trying to step up, you know that you get support. I'll eat you, defeat you, see you. When I just defeat crews, you're so short. If I look straight, I quick to see you. Stand on your shoulders, you still couldn't look eye to eye with me.
Well, I'm glad I sold all my VHS. They want the beat. Where's the fucking beat? Hold on, someone keeps turning this.
So we signing out. G Fresh, Crazy, Mr. Dibbs.
Satan loves you.
First up, we got Shingo 2, right on the microphone. About to give you the word. It's a bilingual style never heard before.
My name is Shingo 2, and I'm an MC. I belong to a group called the Terracotta Troupe Interground. Right now, we're producing English and Japanese albums, and we're getting more into the live performing aspect of it.
A minimum wage turning into maximum wage. They're all spit up getting away because they never get so. Playboy hustlers living in a penthouse, high society, fantasy. Don't realize that it's so people want to get my head.
I'm the bass player for Terracotta Troops, and respectfully credited as Mr. Buckner.
My name is Capital. I play guitar in the band The Terracotta Troupe.
I do like, scratch and juggling. Turntables.
The new album in Japanese is called Ryoku Oshoku Jinshu, and we have a Latin translation, Homo Caerulus, which basically means like a new breed of humans that are more down to earth. So we what we did is the musical part of it is just a collaboration between the beats, guitar, bass, and there's some other instruments and a lot of good scratching on there. DJ Nozawa provides the cuts, and as far as the content of it, each song has like a different theme to it. So, there's a song about, space traveling, there's a song about introspective stuff, there's a song about, suicide going on in Japan, there's a song about a student killing a teacher, so it's touched on a lot of things.
Like musically, everything is really spontaneous. Like most of the guitar parts on the album is stuff that we just came up with kind of on the spot and then recorded it right then. And we kept the scratch tracks usually. So even if there were some mistakes in the live musical performances and stuff, mistakes meaning like the timing was a little bit off or something like that, we kept everything because it sounded really alive. So I like the album a lot because it's a mixture between very futuristic beats, very futuristic sounds, everything. Like we did it on the computer and edited it really meticulously, but at the same time there's this really live aspect to it from the instruments.
99年沈没2スタイル莫大な自信でも日本警視庁を上回る検挙率きつめの音を作るきつめの男の正体ラップのノウハウのノウハウ送る知能犯無情犯ボーカーをフルボーカル決してボーカル食べて離す火事に無水光俺のフロー1号流させて13バメドでしか飲んだ硫酸の用意溶かす妄想指揮者のように頭の中で犯す
Well, to me, rhyming in Japanese is way more of a challenge because I feel that in English, there's so many, dope MCs, both present and from the past that have done so much with the language and are still doing it. And I totally respect that, and I want to, definitely express something with the English language too, but as far as the Japanese language, I feel like there's a lot that's not being done, not just in the scope of hip-hop, but as far as the Japanese language, it's a big challenge for me. So every time we compose a song, it's like trying to hit something that no one's ever done.
86年敬語はドーナスタイル重人の攻撃戦士で出る車の運転手助手席にはベッドの俺がコンサート現 DJ ロバーツキャプチャートランクにはビートを搭載日産仕事に音を売りスタイルマン用意時間ビーチを見ながら行動マネにも行動お茶なんだグランドに行動ゴールドなのにビーチ決めてた集合
Basically, even before, like when Shingo first approached me and said he wanted some guitar on the Pearl Harbor project, and I started playing with him in DJs. It was the first time I'd ever played music with a DJ, but I really liked it right off the bat because for me, like rhythm is kind of the main thing about being a musician. I think melody and harmony is really important too.
Instrumentalism is, I mean, I think that's always been a part of hip-hop, and that's actually, once again, the reason that I've become interested in hip-hop again is because I think that the DJ has made that into kind of an instrumental form. I mean, the DJ is able to really create things in a lot of the same way as a guitarist or a bass player does. They can create music in the same way. And a sampler is very musical. It's just approached in a very different way. It's you have to pay attention to pitch. You have to pay attention to time, and with the sampler. So it's the same thing. It's just it's taking something that kind of exists and altering it to make it work in the song, to make it work for your art.
Well, it's kind of like the whole art of sampling in hip hop, but I try to sample a lot of not only just music, but it's more like concepts and energy and culture and history of everything. So even though I'm not like a musical student of all my life, I really try to study, right now like traditional music from Japan, like classical music and dub music. So that's like one of my big influences right now. I'm just trying to listen to a lot of stuff and see how each song is composed, how it's mixed, and how it's organized, how it represents, how each song represents a picture, how it illustrates certain mood and all that stuff.
Yeah, actually, music is music because I do turntable and cut that they play guitar, they can save scratch and guitar bass and they could name
Really eclectic musical influences, and I think that really works. I think that's something that hip hop's always been about, and it's something that can be really explored a lot more. I mean, live instruments and different kinds of instruments and different kinds of tempos and times. I mean, I think it's a really open form. I like to hear that. I mean, I don't know if that's advice for people, but I like to hear really inventive stuff.
No matter what instrument you're playing or what style of music it is, I think it's really important that you have something beyond the instruments or even the sounds that you're trying to achieve, just as far as, whether it be a message or just a feeling. Like music and hip hop and the stuff that we do is all really, for me, a part of just, disciplining myself and being a good person and trying to encourage other people to be, positive and think about stuff. That's kind of the main goal behind all the notes and everything.
Let me just leave you with one word before I go. You can just let you know that MCing is about like live poetry and showing your feelings too, Check this out. I have changed my room. I have cleaned my room. I have called up old friends. I have watched an old movie. When all I needed to do was to pray. When all I needed to do was pray. Distracted by something foolish from what I really should cherish. I've walked around places, wandered around doing something, wandered around doing nothing when all I ever needed to do was to pray, just to get a peace of mind. It just had to grow through all the material that we recorded together. It wasn't like first day we met, we said, okay, we're gonna be a band like that. But, it just gradually went, step by step from project to project. And hopefully, we can keep making more music together. Check this out, if you really want me to break it down, people go to church once a week, pray 1 minute a day, and that makes them Christians. Kids freestyle 2 minutes a day, that makes them an MC, or doesn't. You are what you speak from your heart. When your thought is translated into words, you are what you speak from your heart, and that's a simple enough prayer for me. Thank you.
Yo, this is Dizzy Dustin.
Yo, I'm Nick. That's right.
Andy Cooper, we're Ugly Duckling, Long Beach, California. And we chilling with Practice Video Magazine. So practice your videos before you read the magazine.
Yeah.
We've been a group since like the end of 1993, and the first thing we ever wanted to do, it took us a while just to make songs and make tapes and try and get the quality acceptable. Then we started trying to sell tapes for a long time, and we'd sell some, but honestly, they didn't. It's hard to move selling tapes because,
especially when no one knows you.
Yeah, no one wants to just buy somebody's tape, and even when they do, it's just like you're only giving the tape to that person. So we came to the realization that we needed to put out a record So we put out a single called Fresh Mode and started giving it to all the local DJs and to all the radio stations, college shows that would play us, and just trying to sell them in little stores here and there. And we started building momentum doing that, and that's eventually what got us our record deal.
Hey yo, Dizzy, are you ready? I'm ready to go. Yo, Andy, are you ready? Man, I'm ready to go. Yo, Einstein's ready.
Well, MC-wise, I mean, it's just the era really, like, you know, of course, Rakim and EPMD, Main Source, Big Daddy Kane, Bismarck, all those kind of groups in that era is what we grew up with and what really connected with us, De La Soul, all that kind of stuff. So really, the reason we made our record like we did and with lots of references to the old stuff is because we were trying to do shows and perform songs, and the best part of any hip-hop jam is when they start playing the old classics. So we just wanted to be an embodiment of the classics and be part of that so people would understand how enthusiastic we were about old school hip-hop and the roots of hip-hop. And we wanted to take the roots, introduce ourselves with this EP and build on it and let people understand where we came from, because we know a lot of the kids at the shows grew up on this stuff too and they love it, and a lot of artists kind of just turn their back on it.
Basically, I mean, our music is based around the late 80s, early 90s type of music. We use fat loops, which Einstein finds, but I mean, I don't know if that's really old school, like Rakim and Big Daddy Kane, so I don't know if that's old school or not. For me, old school is a lot older than that. It's like the true school where it all started from. And we like to go by the roots, you know, and we play by the regulations. We like to go off 2 turntables. Our show was all live off of 2 turntables, 2 MCs, a DJ.
In my garage, I had like about 5,000 records out there. This was a bad storm, and it got raining through the roof, flooded all of them. And
but luckily, they were insured, right?
I went out in the garage, and like the water was all the way up to my knees. I was crying, seeing my records float all over the. That's the worst experience of my life, right there.
The records were floating?
The records were floating all over the garage, man. I'm sitting there going, oh my God.
What was the best record that was floating?
I don't know. I don't remember the exact titles. But I was
like, if you didn't see like a Grover Washington floating across or something.
But then again, dude, he had insurance on those records, right?
Yeah. Luckily, the insurance paid for the money.
And that gave us the money to promote our stuff.
I bought the SP1200 because I was only using the MPC60 at the time. I bought the SP1200. Then I sold the SP1200. Got the money for that to put our first single, Fresh Mode, out.
So basically, it was like Noah, you know. The rain came, and things after that came. You know what I mean?
I don't like to think about that too much anymore, though. I'm trying to put that.
Yeah, let's stop that.
Einstein, break it down like this.
I mean, one cool thing about the LA scene is it's all kind of, we've all done gigs together and it's the same circuit of promoters, just like everywhere else probably. But like say at a store like Fat Beats where we sold our record at first, one of the first place we sold Fresh Mode, New Mark from Jurassic 5 works there, J-Rock from the Beat Junkies works there, who's also in, what's the album group?
You don't have a group?
Yeah, Visionary, sorry. And Babu from Dilated Peoples, so everybody from the circuit is involved in the store, and it's a real united front. But LA's a big place, and it's still a commercially dominated place. It's still Ice Cube and Mac 10 are the big records, and that kind of flavor.
You gotta be connected. West Side.
Connect.
Yeah, like old school hip hop.
Oh, no question, right? All right.
Take it back. One way, rock the show. All the hands they know that we exercise with mic control. We stay stable like a neutron, it's on like a crouton from here to the Yukon.
So I remember going to high school my senior year, and like kids were playing, you know, something G-Thing and stuff, and it was like about the neighborhood I was in, and we'd always see those guys around, like Snoop Dogg especially, be around. They'd go to the football games in my high school, and it was just surreal that it was, you know, it was the first time anybody talked about our town and all that, so it was blowing up, and it was just right down the street and right there, so it was really strange. I'll tell you one thing. One time, Dizzy and I, we went to a liquor store. This is a funny one. I don't know how this happened. So we went to a liquor store just to buy some sodas or whatever. And he grew up with Warren G. And I met Warren a couple times too. And so we go into the liquor store, we get our soda, you know, we're coming out. And as we come out, there's 2 Range Rovers Snoop Dogg.
Matching Range Rover.
Yeah, matching Snoop Dogg and Warren G are walking the liquor store right at us, and we're like, and Snoop's got this big jacket that says "Mad Ass Dog Pound Gang" on it, and they're playing "Bitches Ain't Shit" really loud, and the whole crew is there. I think they were going to a show or something. It looked like it, and it was just like, oh my gosh, I just walked into a Dog Pound video. It was really funny. So it was a local thing. It was interesting to have.
I wish I would have been there.
Yeah.
And I walked out. I'm like, "What's up, man? What's going on?" And Andy just get in the car, like, "Oh, forget that."
That was the Dog Pound. Oh my God.
Yeah, it was funny.
I mean, the goal of hip hop is to stay around. So hopefully we're doing that positively.
And there's a huge cultural shift in hip hop, and a lot of different kind of people are coming to jams, and have been for the last couple of years. A lot more of the college crowd, and a lot more. I know where we're from. A lot more Filipino and Asian people are into hip hop, and it's changed pace, and you're dealing with different people than you used to. So it's hard to say what'll really come of that. And I think it's just important that people keep trying to do good music and do their best.
Just remember, like, longevity, man. Like Andy said earlier, man, it's basically just about sticking with what you can do and do it. You know what I mean? Hip hop is so broad now. You got so many different areas of hip hop. You got commercial hip hop, you got gangster hip hop, you got underground hip hop, and you got Cool Keith kind of hip hop. Which is totally different. You know what I mean? So I mean, stick with what you want to do, man. I mean, because pretty soon it's gonna be in the, I mean, let's start off when the rap was in the record store. It was just with everything else, and then it had its own section. It's just gonna keep broadening. It's gonna keep going out. It's gonna spread, and it's gonna be different kinds of music.
That would be interesting if in the record store they had
like hip hop,
gangster rap. Yeah, it'll get to that
It'll
point.
get to that point.
I think the subject matter is gonna broaden, and I think the culture of the people who are doing it is gonna broaden.
And like anything too, man. Just remember where it came from and where it started from, because if you don't know where it came from or you don't know the rules of the game, you're gonna get lost in it. Like I'm pretty sure as us as a group, we grew up in the hip hop era. My first song I ever remember listening to forever, I mean, and knowing the lyrics was Lottie Dottie. I mean, that was the first song ever to me. I mean, we grew up in that when everything was brand new, and people forget about what started hip hop. A lot of people forget about the roots of it, and you know, you gotta play by the games and play by the rules, as Einstein would say, and just know where you're at. You know what I mean?
Eu andava tão certinho, a vida me chutou. Sincero com você, você me deixou. Agora eu vou assim, zigue-zague, zigue-zague. Você quer me ver assim, zigue-zague, zigue-zague. A vida sempre tá mandando nada.
Hi, my name's Chemist. I'm from Jurassic 5.
Hello, I'm Newmark. I'm from Jurassic 5.
Well, yeah, we DJ together, you know, kind of at the same time, interacting with each other for a show, for when we perform, and I think when we make the record, it's kind of the same thing, you know, we interact, and you know, he'll do a beat, or I'll do a beat, and then we'll kind of come in and produce it as a song together, maybe. You know, a lot of people ask, well, do the MCs write the song first, and do you make the beat, or do you guys make the beat first? It happens both ways.
You know, a lot of times, Cut will make a beat and I'll help him mix it, or we help each other make something,
You know, you need a lot of field practice with DJing. You know, you can get rusty real fast, and a lot of you guys know what I'm talking about out there. So, you know, it's hard just to maintain the balance, you know. But I think, you know, we're doing all right with it, because we try to incorporate in our live show, you know, DJing, up to date, you know, kind of styles. So we're constantly having to go back and rework our angles. Plug.
Basically, it's a group founded out of Los Angeles. That's where we're from. We've been together about 5.5 years or so. Most of the group met at the Good Life, and then I met up with everybody else at a place called Rat Race, which was a live function that incorporated a live band with hip-hop artists, kind of a small, intimate vibe, no more than 200 people capacity type place.
Whenever we see different groups, it's all good. You know, it's just like, hey, what's up? You know, we can build. I mean, LA is pretty big, but at the same time, the scene is pretty small. You know, so and everybody realizes, especially in LA, you have to stick together. it can be pretty ruthless, especially the industry side of things. I mean, I think the underground movement is realizing, hey, it's us, and then there's them, the corporate world. Obviously, Jurassic 5 is the family, and it's more like a home base. So we kind of know what to do. There's a certain recipe that we've maintained through making our music, so it's a little easier to just dial in the elements and create the music. Whereas when you're working with other people, you don't know what their elements are that make up their style as much because you're not around them as much. So you're just kind of taking blind shots in the dark and hoping they like it. Sometimes they can, sometimes they can't. Sometimes you get lucky and it's boom, boom. You guys are on the same wavelength and it works. I think that's the way it was when I did the Black Delicious remix for A to G.
As far as production stuff, Cut and I have a group called Less Than Six, which is like, we attribute to a lot of old school soul and stuff like that, but it's mainly an instrumental project that we still have yet to start. But
Swing Set kind of kickstarts it.
Yes, there's a song called Swing Set that's is a possible candidate for the J5 album, and that's kind of along the lines of what we're going to be doing. This instrumental stuff, quick change-ups, a lot of progression through the cuts, repetitiveness, but not like hip-hop loops, for 4 minutes, like builds, bridges, that kind of stuff.
I was a big fan of lessons 1, 2, and 3, and so I did lesson 4 on the first J5 EP, which is Unified Revolution, Newmark's bonus beat, lesson 4, and we put it out ourselves. We printed up like 500 copies, and then of course Unified Revolution got picked up by Blind, but and lesson 4 ended up on the Bomb, Return of the DJ album, and it was just my way of saying these are my influences. It was my first track that to ever come out on record, so I felt it was necessary to say who I was and how I grew up. And then lesson 6, of course, was just the future, or like some kind of utopian society for hip hop. Where all different styles of music can coexist and all that. And lesson 5 is yet to be completed. I'm trying to figure out where I want to take that one. I think a lot of people attach a lot of narration and stuff to my style of making music as well. But I mean, I wouldn't say that because it really worked for lesson 6, but I'm not really gonna go out and put a whole bunch of narration on all my records. So when I remember this one time I did a remix, and the guy was like, well, it just doesn't have that Chemist sound yet. I was like, well, what are you talking about? All the cool little talking records and stuff. I was just like, okay. And I went back and I put a little bit in there. He was like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I was like, oh man.
Well, for DJs, I mean, start by getting your own stuff. I mean, a lot of DJs ask, like, how do you cut? They're like, for up and coming, DJs, just get your own, set. Don't go over anybody's house and try to learn. I mean, you can do that if you don't have the money and all that, that's cool, but the best way to learn is to actually just sit down and just have a pair of turntables in front of you and go at it. As far as finding records and, digging, just do the best you can for the times, pretty much what Gus said. I mean, the computer's gonna be your friend as far as finding anything rare, and then the other thing is you gotta be, it's gonna take a lot of money, because obviously the prices of records are actually ridiculous right now, but if you really think about it, it's really not all that ridiculous because, how far into the game we are and how knowledgeable each DJ and each producer are at this point, so everybody knows where the beats are at, so pack a hefty wallet.
Record digging these days, eBay. It's no more of this, a lot of this. So it's not this, but it's this. So I don't know. Just keep your mind open to all types of music, and don't discriminate against anybody or anything. I think it's all hip hop, and it all works some way or another. And so that's pretty much it.
And it's just not sampling now. I don't have anything against sampling, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to like outlaw sampling or anything like that.